All right, guys. So this evening we're gonna take out through a group of contents that are based in Federalist, and it has content based in North Carolina and the 13 original colonies. That's 1309 to about 1924, right there. In the 13 original colonies. So that's yellow, orange, and green. So that's about 970 hours of transitioning, translating, and making trades on sales and supplies at various points of the city. And that's basically what Cedric is doing in his variety of accommodation. So that's basically what we look at when we're getting up in the mornings and stuff like that. So it's all parts of Caffrey's Industries that make this part of a company happen. And it's Caffrey's Industries that make it all appear to be one of the most influential dates of the world. And that's basically where you're working on the biography part. When you're working with Capitalist Industries, as you working with some of the main founders of the nation, and how they contributed a better method of sustainability. And that's basically where we start sustaining our measurements, and coming up with a common mode that will satisfy our characteristic traits of a company deposit that makes the company roar, or makes the company produce more energy aiding as to what BP produce, and what they prohance, and what they enhance as a product to empower the products and the items in the environment, and how healthy do they want it to be, and how good do they want the emissions to load up on the car. And by emissions, that's meaning more like, that's basically what I'm trying to do as far as Google Infomart. I'm trying to build up a agriculture map using Interlink. And you can just imagine 90747, putting that in a card and putting it in a tape player, and imagine it playing, and this is what comes out into a Comcast of a podcast. And you can just imagine yourself in the Yukon 2018, and you're just driving down Balcones, going to Little Stacy, or you going to Dick Nichols, stopping by the Dunkin' Donuts or whatever you like to do. It's 2007 to 2024. You want to share your love with your loved ones, and family of relatives and associates and advisors and affiliates at 80. So that's basically where you want to show more love. And that's 90727. So then you'll be working with more of North Cross. And that's when you work with more to Sunshine Camp, and more of hydration of Hawaiian Punch and Sawgrass and Subway, Quiznos. You want to eat more into the sandwich area when you're eating, so you'll have a more healthier benefit while you're using your body health, and using your body just mechanically. That's basically using a whole ton of muscle. You're using like 3 pounds of muscle, or 3 packs of fries, just to terminate muscle for the whole 3 days. So that's basically where you're using 74 hours of reduced rates, and that's like 974. And it works at 80, it works at time in Spotify. We're working on different economy levels, and different in economy levels. In my economy levels, we're working with the feels, the moods, the character traits, the mentions. We play with a lot of that, and that's basically where we getting astonished on knowing our whole 90747 ball game at, and that's where we learn to characterize our 90747 law at, and that's basically Jack in the Box and Spotify and Corvette of different atmospheric satellites. And it's basically using Catfish Industries, and to watch a little bit more of what Catfish Industries do. You watch Catfish Interscopes, and that's basically where you do your co-production, and you look at different co-productive ways how to eat, how to entertain yourself, and basically how to intervene with a common community life that happens since 1907 to 2007, and this has just been the same community advocacy since 2007. So this is basically, forms a central government of a common popular bank. It could be the Prosperity Bank. It could be U.S. Bank. It could be Spotify Bank. Could be Chime Bank, and that's basically 91747. Different dimes that come out as different objectives that go into transact into iTunes, and different characteristics like that. iTunes and iOS 5. So then you have more of a reason why your characteristics are one of the best service technicians in the world, and iOS 5 to give you that program and definition, and that's definitely me getting to you if that's what you're thinking. 970 seconds and 74 seconds, a $10 distance. Yep, that's pretty much me getting to you. And you getting more what you want and more what you like based off of your cellular device, and that means a lot to some people. So we want to make sure we getting a better efficiency as we're getting past 1907 to 2007, and recorrecting the error that we have for the newer season that we have here today at 90727. And that's AM to PM. So we wanted to establish a Limpton law that established chime in 91747 and 80. So you just established Lincoln Law 80. Southwest and Shell 80. So we're using different technologies and in digital age requirements. This is 90774. You seeing the airport move, and me moving in the airport at Indico eras, and that's basically where you just habitating and retrieving from your long flight ride. It's like 907:27 in the morning, majority of the time on Catfish Industries satellites at the airport. So you got plenty of air light to see the whole day. You normally would like to drive an Impala. Impala is the recommended plan. Impala in 2018 is the recommended plan of the common area of year that you should be driving in Monsters Inc. and be Monsters Inc. and Monsters Inc. McDonald's. McDonald's is a big heavy sponsor as you get more towards their 90724 Obedience at 80, and it's basically 907-24-80 of McDonald's, and making sure you're getting more of a Spotify and oh my God, 80, not good, 89, 747. Man, that one wasn't coming out yet. that was gonna take a while. But anyways, yeah, we wanted to start our social networks, and we wanted to be able to computerize with the system on Spotify and Chime, and be able to consolidate different methods of conflicts and presentations. So it gives you more of what you're looking for as far as what you're hearing about and what you're inquiring about. And it's basically where you get more informed based off of what you want to hear and what you inquire about for that hour. And it asks that questions for a good 924 minutes. So that's just like a little Pokemon game, if you ask me. And that's basically how PlayStation Online do it, and PlayStation Network does it. And it's basically what we plan to get as the New Year's increase for the whole 907-24. And it's basically how we get more 907-24 Jack in the Box and Christmas treats, and more Christmas presents for 907-47 a.m. And that's basically where you get more Spotify, Prospect. You're paying attention more into the Impala and the airport, different analysis when you're coming from 7208 Blessing Avenue, St. John's. And that's basically where you're starting different agriculture tyrannies coming from the Capitol Reserve. And you're getting more of its district leaders, of his district officers that go to his state troopers, and the state troopers go to the Senate or the governors or the House of Representatives. It duplicates and urbanizes as the years go on past 1917 to 9:17 p.m. at night. So it's a big, huge astonishment going on, and it keeps you alert with the character and availability that goes into the workday and to the office works of time, where you just elaborating and diluting combined light terms for pmc2 or EcoLeaf 80. That's EcoLeaf because EcoLeaf does more Harambe code. It enhances the governmental law on the worldwide trade of services, goods and services. So it helps that out with more protection and more sustained law. And it gives him a foundation to be able to stand in one peculiar spot and still be able to demand 917 other intersections their capable presence. 907-47, and it's basically how we're starting to debate a better chance to develop a 907-24. And it's basically where we're starting Snapchat, Spotify, and you know, although those are just cars, and that's just a 90727. So it could be 30 months of a whole year. So you know, that's basically where you start and where 30 months to a whole year. And you know, that's basically where you putting the whole Franklin in 970 times, and you're using it for recreational use. You know, that's basically what you do when you plan and you want to have a little fun, loosen up. You know, you had a stiff office work day for you in Austin or in your local town or your local city in Philadelphia or Illinois or Chicago or Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh or Kansas or Oklahoma or Tennessee. We get 974 hours of that, and you know, it's just prime time football. You know, you see all that football happening, it gets bigger and bigger. 907:27 a.m. in the morning, you get that from Nebraska to November. So, you know, you're basically getting that all 3 decades, and you know, that's basically where you're getting a film trailer of Hulu, Spotify, and Chime. So that goes one whole way. That's a whole tyranny to a community of 974, 42 many different types of indigo, and it's more of a cooler place as well. So it's somewhere in Bastrop and New Wimberley. It has those landscape monuments in it. So that's 90724. So that's Spotify, Chime, and Office Works. 90727 and is Office Depot and Adobe. So you use that and you multiply it times 90724. And that's how you use more amplified talent into the experience points. It's more like how you pay for experience points on Chime and Discover and Capital One. So that's basically how you feed off of the hydration tanks in Chime and Spotify, and you get more fresher Aquafina water, and you know, you're more refreshed as you're urbanizing as a company deposit. 91747. Other than that, yeah, you're just starting a network, a district network on Max Preps and Dave Campbell's, or Dave Campbell's and Max Preps. 91747. Different experience points. A dime, you running like 971, 42 different dimes of experience points. So it's very it's very so it's very diametric. You have his diagram or his diameters. So yeah, that's that. And what else does it have? What else do we talk about that it has is um, it's just getting started in a whole bunch of federalists, what you've been hearing so far in the congressional council. And that's basically what you've been hearing so far in the House of Representatives of the Congressional Council, and that's basically part of the Federalist Party and what we do to be here, and that's basically how we gain common faith into 977% of church and 347% of school, and if there's any more, it's like 357% of other right there, which is which is totally not a lot of good. I mean, not a lot of bad in it. It is not a lot of bad in it, so it has a good standard for the good manufacturers. So that's basically where you putting your keywords together and using more of what you use daily. And for the most part, you just basically wondering which company to provide the data insurance, or which state do you want it in, or Comcast operated, or which side of the city do you want to be wanted in. And so you basically looking at where would you buy a car, and asking questions like that on EcoLeave. And that's basically Comcast and Workday and so you're using that on different jurisdictions of how to encounter with it, how to make it a greater example of 207, 47, 80. And all Eagle Herb is here to do in its networks, that it propels its illustrations and authorizations in, it's just to certify documents as the associates and the affiliates work on them. The associates, the affiliates, the clients, the advisors. Yeah, all those people are supposed to be certifying documents, authorizing combination forms, putting invoice and bill statements together to make congressional law orders. Should be doing things like that so it'll make a greater effect to their economy after they're done with 9,800 different transitions of EcoLeave. And that's basically what it does, as it collects taxes and renews it, and does it in its ordinary fashion way. And so that's basically how you interact with those contents. And it's basically nationalism and social studies about that. And you just basically going over the same facts that you normally would in a regular conversation or in a regular character attributed conversation, and you just elaborating the common sense that it had, and what it did to make a great union, to make even more great unions applied to it as it gained more collaborative common sense. And just for having pmc2² What that does is far from a ordinary card. What it basically does is it just brings 150s, is able to make 150s, and bring it as far as 257 hours being completed at 80. So is paying you for the community service that you put out when you're out on the road, or you're still at work, or you're being or you're being produced for putting in those hours, or you being thanked for putting in those hours. So that's basically where you gain capitalism over putting in those purple, blue, and orange hours. So it's all your hours that you put in. So that's all what goes to you. So that basically where you get majority of your paycheck, or your bank account statements coming from. And it's basically where you make positive acknowledgments, and that's about $9,700 right there. So you need to be able to eat 933 833 633 668 and 638, 868 822 638. You need to be able to have a good lunch off of it. So that's where you making good specifications of not just any old school, but you would like a particular school where it has a accurate a balance imbalance with it. 80. So yeah, anyways, this is pretty much how that works as you working on more of what state to endorse your apps in, and do your Office Works and stuff like that. Yeah, Amazon Office Works and Google Infomark supposed to do that. Google Infomark is basically just a calendar with added extras to make virtual worlds appear. So it's basically working on shopping. You're on the transportation roads, and you're worrying about shopping. So you do shopping, and you get different shopping prices of sales and balances, and you basically working with world cultures, or social studies, all in the same key of Harry Potter, watching Harry Potter. And so you're very interested in what your conversation is basically about, and it's bringing your lifespan into a fulfilling characteristic as you see different technologies appearing on your availing spots. And oh my God. So basically, yeah. So pmc2² is basically to help you with getting your community service hours in, and getting your reduced tax hours in, versus your versus your normal service hours that you put in your career, and in a lateral decisive form, something that you thought about, and you proceeded in, and you progressed at it, and it got better every time after that, and that's basically where you're trying to get a better look of responsibilities, and more into the consequences of an everyday life, into real estate properties, and stuff like that. So that's basically 917 different cubic units, 19 times that'll make a community. So that's running up to about 99,762,000 as you're working on different invoice forms that fill out the client's eating. So that's based off of PFG, and Cisco. So they basically have those as a congressional law order, and you basically fill those out to figure out what you want to order as far as what is all on the meal deal that you can scrap up and pull off the market or the menu. And this all started since about 1909, and this has just been going since 1909, and it's been every spring to every December. And we just been going back and forth between spring and December, and that's basically how we start our traditions as we getting past 2007 to 2018, and it's basically how we make 970 meals in the past years, and that's basically how we started different trilogies that made different impacts in the environment and in the industry of the real estate properties, and in landscaping and in housekeeping as well. So it had a little bit of all of that, and we was able to complete all those rounds as well. So can't say nothing is not possible for 2 quarters of 80. You can make about 50,000 in 390 hours. So you can make that in 390 hours. Just imagine 80. So that's basically what you're doing in the enterprise systems and networks. So in the enterprise networks, you're basically basing your life off of 19 verses and 15 Ultimas and 12 Impalas, whether it's the LTZ or the LT8 2018. So yeah. Yeah, so that's basically where you're getting that whole environment as when you're urbanizing your 907:24 a.m. Um, to March 2019 to June 2027. And that's pretty much how we basically planned the whole 90-year trademark. The whole 90-year trademark is as far as a service member or a service captain, making sure we're all hydrated, and we all have a lot of consumption rates that we can approve of, that makes us feel comfortable and reliable to our urban new state that we have here in Texas and Nevada and Colorado. So, in my perception, we want to make you feel you have the best community advisories in the whole world. And, that's basically where we put Nebraska first, and, use it as a We use it as a um, 90724 80. It's 451 80. So yeah, 4780. It's a dime 80. Or you say 80. So basically, we just starting on 907.49 80. We just starting on ways to improve the channel of different subscriptions of 907.24 and make different dimensions of different diametrics of Monsters Inc., ADP, UPS, in iTunes 80. Now it's 5. Use those, and that's basically how you make enterprise more and buckled to the lifespan of 907.24 AM transitions. That's about 974 dimes on Monopoly 80. So that's basically free enterprise deal that starts that off 1907.24 to 2024. So you get more accomplished and more pleasant with honors and relief. And as you get older, you get more resolution and more resoluted with comfort and comfortability. So that's basically where we want to start. 9:17:47 a.m. We want to start somewhere at Amazon or at the airport at Prospect or at Enterprise. Starting off in one of those 9:17:47s a.m. at September to July. Of next year to the year after that. And that's about $90,000 of trans tax being made within 2024, 2025, 80. 9:07:24 a.m. 2025, 80. Really?